Okay, so now we're ready to add the functionality, and basically when I click an image, that image will be moved over to the wall. Okay, and I'll mention it again. I planned out all the coordinates in advance just by eyeballing it and playing with it and making small adjustments and zeroing in on the proper location. And so we'll do that for the picture, and we'll also do that for the portrait, and also for the frame. And then the wall color will basically consist of me clicking on any one of these colors, and then that color is reproduced in the larger rectangle. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll add 3 subs down here at the bottom. Okay, and why don't we add a choose painting sub. So this is going to contain the code that provides the functionality when the user clicks a painting, any one of those 10 paintings, portraits, that portrait is going to move via animation to the wall near the right hand side. Okay? So basically we will move as animation. Remember this? Last event source. So we're moving whoever was just clicked. We can determine zero in on whoever was just clicked by doing last event source. And then here are the coordinates where we're moving to. I have about 930x. This is a very wide window. It's 1200 pixels wide, so 930 will get us over towards the right hand side. And then the Y is 285. And then I have 500 milliseconds, which is about a half a second it'll take the picture to move. I also, and this is optional, but in my demo program here, I have made the painting a little bit bigger so that it fits better in the frame, which we will choose after this. Okay, so we'll set the width of again, the painting that was just clicked, and we can zero in on that guy by doing the last event source. Okay, and we'll set it to 135, so adding about 25 pixels in width to the painting as it's moved, or right after it's moved. So we'll try that. Okay. Oh, I didn't wire it up. So what we have to do is when we're setting up the paintings, I left this out so we could add it back in later. Every one of these paintings that's going into the paintings array and is being placed on the window, it also needs to be wired up with a register mouse down event call, because any one of those can be clicked, so any one of those has got to be able to respond to a mouse click. And how do we set that up? We wire them up with that line of code. So we'll FC control. So I'm here in where I'm setting up the paintings. This was the first loop that we wrote a few videos ago, and now this will be a register mouse down event. Okay, and who is having this done? The paintings that we just the painting that we just added. Okay, which we could reference with this paintings I. And then we are going to make sure that painting executes, or that control will execute the choose painting. Oops. Choose painting sub. So now let's do the same for the frame. We can do a sub choose frame, almost identical. Okay, and once again we'll move the frame over so we can do the same thing. FC controls move as animation. Who are we moving? Whoever was just clicked. And how can we access that? Last event source. And then again I planned out the coordinates. I have 900 and 250 over a half a second, which will be 500 milliseconds. And then I'm also adjusting the width on this guy to make it a better fit with the portrait. And let's see, we've got 200 on that frame. Okay. So I won't test that just to save some time. Let's just dive. Oh, and let's not forget this time to add the line of code. So here I am in the loop that will set up the frames, and we have to wire up each frame as it's being put into the array, being created. So we'll say FC controls, register, mouse down event. Z, and this will be the choose frame sub that we just added. So that should do it. Okay. And then let's do one more sub here at the very bottom. We'll do choose paint color. Let's see. What we can do is, this is a little different. We're not moving anything. There's no animation involved, but let's capture the selected color with a line of code like this. We'll say selected color equals FC controls. There's this get background method of the FC controls collection. Who are we getting the background of? FC controls.last event source. Okay, so that'll zero in on the last color swatch or rectangle that was clicked and get its background color. And then once we have that, we've captured that color, we put it into this variable, the selected color variable, and now we can set the color, the background color of the wall, so to speak, which is just a triangle, or not a triangle, a rectangle. So we can use the set background method. And who are we setting the background for? This guy, the very first thing I created in this application besides the graphics window. It's this wall, which is the rectangle that's over there on the right. So setting his background color to the selected color that we just isolated in the line above. Okay, so here pinpointing the color of the square, the little square that was just clicked, putting that color into the selected color variable, capturing it, and then turning around and setting the wall color, the big rectangle color, to the selected color. Okay, and we have to wire up those squares in the two-dimensional array. So we'll do that, and that'll be our last thing to do. Okay, now we have to be careful. We're referencing a two-dimensional array, so it's 2 indexes as usual. And then this will be the choose paint color sub. Okay, hopefully that'll do it. Okay, we know that works. All right, looks like the frames are working as well, and the colors. Alright, so there you have it.